So Jennifer has been here, this is your third time here, right? Yeah. She's a wonderful speaker, and give her a little bit of bio about her. She is, sorry, hold on to one thing, there we go. She's a clinician and energy healer based here in Anchorage. She's a licensed clinical social worker, and she helps people build strong mental health, overcome trauma, and develop deep resilience. Kind of important stuff to do. She's also a skilled energy healer and uses the principles of sacred geometry to help people release deep energy blocks. Like I said, this is her third time here, so she's going to be sharing more about how to release and
protect,
making steps forward. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, thanks. How's everybody doing today? Good. What's new? What's new in your lives?
That color, I don't know what it is.
Fuchsia?
Fuchsia? Okay.
I say fuchsia. Or purple, maybe.
I think you should. Sounds good.
Fuchsia?
Yep.
More people having problems in your life, but you're not. But you're doing good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They come to me to help them solve them.
Nice. So you're bringing the light.
I hope so.
Then.
Definitely does.
I'm the dawn, so.
But you said that before.
All right. So in the last couple times, we talked about energy in general. We talked about how, healing energy, how those work. We talked about blockages and some of the things that keep us from where we want to be. Today we're going to talk a little bit about protecting your energy. So when I say that, what does that make you think about when I say like protect your energy, or what do you do now that you think might be something like protecting your own energy? Hi, Dave.
When somebody starts talking and I start feeling yucky about what they're talking about, I either try and steer them in another direction or I say, bye-bye.
Yeah. Yes. No, that's really important to be aware of that.
I do it two ways.
Mm-hmm.
I actually put a bubble around me, but also too, I stay a lot of times at the 20,000 foot level. And when you look down on the 20, after, when you hang up here, the problems don't seem too bad.
I like that. So you stay elevated.
I call
Or
it
20,000.
20,000.
No, that works. I like it. That's beautiful. That's it. No, though. That's wonderful. Those are definitely some things we're going to talk about today.
I don't argue and I don't defend.
So you are who you are, unapologetically you. I love that. You live authentically. That's really, really important. So having an awareness of those things is really good. So today, if there's some ways that we're going to talk about kind of like protecting your energy, what does it look like? What are some of the things that you can do? Starting with when you wake up in the morning, before you go to sleep at night, and then throughout the day. So hopefully this will be something, and at the end I'm gonna try a meditation to just kind of like give you some, I guess, grounding before we go today and being in a space of kind of putting some of that stuff into practice. So I don't think and also the reason why I enjoy being a mental health provider as well as doing energy work is because they are so close. A lot of energy healing and work is psychology based. And being in a space of where you are mentally also affects your physical body. I think we all know that scientifically. Your auric space, so it's about 18 inches, from your bubble, about 18 inches from you. But with practice, people can expand their auric field or they can condense it depending on what you want to do. And so that's another one of the things that we're going to talk about a little bit about today. So when you go to bed at night, people, depending on your belief system, might think that there's certain things that happen. And technically speaking, your brain works in the evening time when you go to sleep to try to get rid of the things that you don't need during the day. So if your body doesn't need to know that you saw 10 different cars on the road, then your brain's like, okay, we're ready to release those types of things. If your brain thinks that we need to remember those because there's danger signals happening or something else going on, then your brain's gonna wanna lock in and remember some of those things. So it's extremely important to rest, to get your sleep. It's different for different people. I'm somebody who will never see 8 hours of sleep at one time, never have. It's just neurologically not my programming, so I get about 6. Sometimes I'll wake up for a little while, go back to sleep for a couple hours. So I sleep as my body allows myself to, and I'm so grateful for a job that allows me to do that as well. So sleep is super important. Self-care. How many times have you heard it drilled into your head, self-care, self-care, self-care?
Lots.
Yes. How many of you do it? Every day?
Pretty much.
All right. Intuition, right? We talked about intuition in the past as well. So following your intuition, just like David was saying earlier, if there's somebody that you're around or if there's a situation that you're in and it does not feel right, we may not always have what the information is that we may not be the truth. It's just a tension. So if something's happening with your gut feeling, I don't want you to necessarily discount that it could be the truth. I don't want you to over respond to it without gathering that information. Unless, of course, you're intuitively trying to stop yourself from, like, stepping in front of a vehicle or slamming on your brakes because there's another thing going on. I'm talking more of like when it comes to people, when it comes down to situations, decisions in your life. All of that energetically is influenced. So being in a space where you listen to your intuition is super important, but also just knowing when to think about what it is that is giving you. So I have people for example, people tell me sometimes, I don't trust my intuition, it's always wrong. Your intuition is actually most of the time always right. What happens is sometimes our subconscious, which is the part of our brain, and I talked about the triune brain, so I won't go over that again, but your subconscious part gets in your way. So your intuition, according to some theory, is your higher self trying to get your attention to tell you, or your guides or your angel guides, or it's also maybe potentially God, higher power, whatever your belief system aligns with you. It's the nudge of trying to help you to pay attention to something, to take action. And that is super, super important. And what happens a lot of times is people don't listen to it. Or you've been trained in your life to not listen to it because someone told you it was wrong when you tried to express yourself to other people. When you were maybe, and we had this conversation like maybe last time or time before, or if someone says it's not that bad, you're okay. And you're really not okay in that moment. Or somebody tells you, that's not right, that's not true. People use that classic term as gaslighting. So your intuition is super important because it is that nudge. So being mindful of your intuition and listening to it is always going to guide you exactly where you need to be, even if you don't like what it's telling you in the time. So take your time to explore that. Okay, so when you start your morning, as soon as you wake up, your state is still in like a theta state. And kind of like that theta state of your brainwaves and that kind of frequency, you're still open to receiving information. It's one of the best times for meditation. It's one of the best times to start that mindset within your day. So as soon as you wake up in the morning, if you can just take that few extra moments to just breathe, like take some deep breaths, stop for a moment, see if there's anything throughout the night that had kind of come to you, messages, information, thoughts that are on your mind, and quickly journaling them or keeping them in the back of your mind. That's going to give you also information and clues about decisions that you may or may not to make when your intuition's kicking in. So in the morning, when you do those things, you wake up, maybe take some deep breaths, maybe do some meditation. Also, it's an excellent time to start clearing your energy because of the work that's done throughout the night. Sometimes, did anybody remember we talking about energetic cords before?
Cords.
Yep. All right. I'll repeat that briefly because it'll be important for what we're going to be doing. Is that energetic cords happen. So when you think about somebody else, when they think about you, there's an energetic cord attached to it. If there's someone that says, hey, I don't think this is mine. The example that you gave, where you were saying that you're around other people, but that's not your problem. They're experiencing some things that you're not experiencing. It's good to know what's your stuff and what's not your stuff, because sometimes what happens is that we think, especially empaths, if you've heard the word empaths or intuitives, sometimes other people's stuff will try to attach itself to us because of the fact that we are transmuters that are in situations where we're able to help other people feel better because our energy healing is so vast and so nice. So if you're one of the people that your energetic or your auric field or your bubble maybe is bigger and you have more love to give to expand, sometimes people want to come around you and be around you because they want to be around your energy because they haven't learned how to expand their own. So that's why sometimes people might be around somebody and they're like, ooh, man, I just had this conversation with somebody and I'm feeling really drained. That might be why. And you may not even realize that. Or, we talked about this during blockages, ancestrally, gestationally, generationally, the things that have not been healed throughout ancestral times, or if something had happened and it wasn't even part of your makeup when you were growing up, those are some of the things that energetically might have attached themselves to you that you just don't know how to release on your own. So when you get up in the morning, And one of the ways to do that is to cut your cords. How do you cut your cords? Well, what you would do is you can do it in the shower, you can do it in the bath, you can do it laying in bed, you can do it anywhere. And what you would basically do is you're going to visualize light. Does anybody here do you use light in your daily practices or visualizing light or colors? Does anybody have a favorite color that you use, that you resonate with? Okay, I invite you to explore using some different colors, because depending on what your belief system is, well, like for example, archangels, if you believe in archangels have different colors. You know, there's Michael, there's Gabriel, Uriel, the Ra's orange for protection. We'll talk a little bit about him today. And so colors also can be very beneficial in protecting your energy, as also clearing your energy and your energetic space. And sometimes you might be called to a different color to do different things. So I invite you to explore those types of things as well. A lot of you are familiar with the chakra system. Those are different colors as well. So even just playing around with them a little bit. So point I want to make is, sitting there, if you're just even thinking right now in your mind's eye, a light coming down, like say it's a white light coming down, and it's coming down through the top of your head. And what you're going to do is visualize, almost as if coming through, just coming right through your body, coming through your chakra system, just energetically coming through your cells, your muscles, your bones, everything spiritually, envisioning just a white light coming down. And if you want to close your eyes, I can walk you through this process a little bit if you want to give it a try, okay? So, just take a deep breath. You do like a couple, just deep breath in, hold, and release. So maybe take another deep breath in, belly breath in, hold, now release. Okay. Now, do you want to keep your eyes closed? If you're somebody who resonates with triangles, if you want to try to visualize a triangle around you, or a sphere, or a vortex would be like a little swirly, like a little tornado around you. So if you put one around you right now, what you're going to be doing is it's going to keep any of the energy that we're going to be cutting, and it keeps it within you, and it doesn't spread to anybody else as you release it. So as you're practicing this exercise, keep in mind of protecting and putting something around yourself, and then putting it around. I will take care of everybody else in the room, but if you have animals at home and you want to put, I use vortexes, so I'll put a vortex around myself, around my pets, around my loved ones, or around my home, and you just getting prepared to cut your cords. Now, that white light coming in, it's beautiful, it's warm, it's permeating your whole body. And what you're going to do next is I want you to visualize either a sword or scissors or something else that would cut. And what you're going to do is you're going to think about, what does not belong to me today? What thoughts are coming in that are not mine? What thoughts are mine that I want to release? Is there a person on your mind? It does not have to be bad. Cutting ties from everybody in the moment just to be in your own space is a good thing. It doesn't hurt anybody else. It keeps you with yourself. So cutting all your cords, your thoughts from the day, feelings, people, situations, anything that's coming up, cut those cords. Some people will pull them out as if they're roots. Some people visualize it as air in the wind taking them and blowing them away. Okay, next, what you're going to do is visualize just shaking all of that off, like you're taking all of those cut ends off, and you are now releasing them all back into the earth to be transmuted, to be regenerated right back into the earth where they belong and can be transmuted into some different energy levels. Now that you're, and if anything else comes up, go ahead and cut those too. Okay. Feel a sense of calm, warmth, release. Next, visualize a color. Any color that comes to mind, the very first thing that comes through, and visualize that coming through your body. Letting it radiate all through the chakra system, through your mind, your heart, your muscles, your lungs, your belly, your feet, your back, your bones, your cells, and everything. Let that color slowly go through your body, gently replacing everything that you just released, because as we release, we must replace with something else. And that light energy is going to fill up that other space, which makes you whole. Next, as you're all filled with light and you've cleared, take another deep breath in, hold, and release. Excellent. Now, as you're centered back in, I want you to visualize your roots with your feet, your hands, that you're coming right back into the earth and you're grounded into that new energetic space, that you're now calm. You're now in a space where you're grounded back into what you need to do for the day. Take another deep breath in. Now hold and release. Wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and open up your eyes again. Cutting cords doesn't take a whole lot of time, but also, have you ever seen people, or they've talked about things like, hey, brush that off. You ever let the water roll off on your back? It's a very similar concept. So I remember I was, not too long ago, somebody had said something and I got really triggered by it. And I was trying to figure out, why am I so upset about this? And they had made a comment about something when I was briefing something at work. So I'm in a room full of people that are trained to be first sergeants in the Air Force, and somebody had made a comment in the back about time, and they were late to their briefing, so they wanted to get their stuff going, but I was determined to finish what I was doing and not trying to bend to somebody else as a form of just being assertive. So there was a comment made, and I didn't even think twice about it. I started going like this as I was finishing up my talk, and people knew exactly what I was doing. And then they said something a little louder, and I said, well, you know, time is everything. So, you know, when your time comes, we'll be ready for you. So it was just really interesting. And in that moment, it made me realize that the work that I've been doing really helped me to be able to kind of cope with my triggers again. So if you ever feel triggered throughout the day, if you're like, what is going on? I don't feel very good. It's something very simple that you can do throughout your day. You can maybe do something. For me, I like the actual act of itself of actually doing something. I like to go walk on Campbell Creek trails, and I'll have my headphones on, and I swear some people might think, I don't know what they're thinking, but the first time I learned how to do this, I'm walking on the trails and I'm sitting there and I got my white light going on and I'm so excited because I'm getting this, thing going through, and I have swords. So for me, I do white light. I visual my hands like having like they're swords that are rounded for some reason because your body's like, not completely straight. So I'm walking down the trail and I'm going like this and I'm going like this all over. And also one thing to not forget is don't forget the bottom of your feet. Don't forget, it's okay, it'll be taken care of. The universe is very smart and it knows what you need in that moment. So don't forget the bottom of your feet, and that's why we ground when we're done, because when we cut all the energetic stuff to us, we gotta ground that in so we can kind of like move forward from that as well. But don't forget to do that as well. And so I'm doing all this, and then I felt guilty because I didn't put the vortex on what I was doing, and I was on the trail, and on my way back, I'm like, okay, now I have to visualize a bulldozer and taking all these cords with me. So I'm like going like this on the trail, and I'm like, nobody bothered me, but I was like just doing my thing, and I'm like, now I gotta clean these cords, and I throw them all up into the universe, and I'm like, God, please take these. So however it is that it needs to work for you, or you'd like it to work for you, practice that. Another way is before you go to bedtime, doing that same exact routine, or in the shower. After you get practiced and comfortable with it, it becomes routine and you don't have to think about it as hard. You're like cut cords, or you're like grounding. The breathing helps out a lot. So when it comes down to protecting your energy, that's a big one. So also another part with your workspace, when I was talking about it being 18 inches, like basically most people, that's how far it goes with your bubble. All right, so another important thing is that preparing for something. Say you're going to be going into an area that has a lot of people, You're not sure about how you feel about the energetic space of those people, and you don't want your auric space to be permeated in some way. You can visualize actually taking your auric space and making it tight like a suit. So if you just put an intention out there, so there's always two things I've talked about, I think every single time I'm here, is setting an intention and taking action. And your intentions are even like little prayers. So whatever it is that you want and you visualize, that's what you're asking your higher power or the universe or whatever your belief system is to do for you. And when you do that, again, mentally, your intention is everything. Even when you're trying to do something and you put in a good effort and your heart space is like, I'm doing really good, my intentions are good, the universe knows and it responds to those things. So if you forget something, the universe is like, I got your back. You just have to trust that that thing's coming through. So when it comes down to your auric field, interestingly enough, you can ask it to also expand. So just as much as you might want it to contract, you just set an intention. You know, universe, please help me to have my space protected today from any lower level energy. You're not saying people are beneath you. You're not saying peasants. What you're saying is lower level energy that doesn't align with the 20,000 feet, that doesn't align with things that are going to make you feel, ooh, I need to pay attention to this. Make it so that it feels like you're wearing your protection suit. And that way, when you walk into anywhere, you're in a situation and you're in a mindset and you're in an energetic space where things are basically going to bounce right off of you and they're not going to be allowed to permeate. You can say how long you want to keep it on, or there's Archangel Ra. Archangel Ra is associated with orange, or if there's something else that translates with you, what you use for protection, anything is fine. Some people use the symbols, some people like Saint Benedict, other types of saints as well. Any of those are wonderful, but just ask for your protection and to be protected, to be looked after. With Ra, with the orange, it's almost like an orange sphere around. So he's a sphere, but his job is to help to protect the energy of all the clearing that you did. He's there to ground it in and keep you protected from it at all times. I like using Archangel Michael as well, as always being the protector of energy and protector of good. And so I use a lot of combinations of different things. There's no limit on who you call in to help you. Whatever it is going to work. But remembering, if you want to expand your auric space, and you just practice it. So if you can feel your auric space and you want to expand it, you just ask like, hey, I'm ready to receive people into my auric space today. You know, let me be able to spread as much of the joy as possible. And I think I told this story, the first one, so I won't go into that one, but I'll tell you another one that happened. I was walking down the road and I'm like, I want to spread love around my entire neighborhood. I want whatever's going on to be good. I want there to be, you know, peace and calm and other types of things. So I went on my walk actually this morning. It was really, really cool. So I'm like, I'm gonna expand mine, send love to people, and I imagine, you know, it being like a cone shape. So I imagine my auric space like a cone, so I can like point it at different areas like a flashlight. And so I'm doing my walk this morning, and I'm getting around my household, and I think it was probably like maybe like 9:15, and I hear this squawking. It was the loudest, most annoying thing, and I'm like, what in the world is going on here? So it was really neat. I see a sand bird, that's it. What is it again? That's it. So walking down the street, upset, frantic, it's got the little red on its head. Yeah, it was very upset. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, what do I do? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what does it want? I don't want anybody to hit it, but it's going down the street super fast, super loud. And I'm just like, you know, God, please help, whatever's going on, please help, help, help. And all of a sudden, like 5 minutes later, it was very quiet. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go mow the lawn. So I go to mow the lawn. They came onto my lawn. I was so excited, and I was so happy to see it come by. It was looking for its friend, or maybe its partner. And so they both were around like the houses in the area, and I just felt really blessed this morning. I just thought it was really, really neat. So not only, you know, using your auric space to be able to expand, but you can also direct it. The people in your life that are experiencing things, you can actually take and send love to anybody. You can send it. Some people don't like to be prayed for. Some people don't like certain things, but if you're sending people love, all that's going to happen is if they don't want it, it goes right back to you. So if you want to practice doing that and then putting protection around that as well, nothing wrong with it. So I just wanted to share those portions with you. So hydration and also your food. Very interesting concept. How many people either grew up or still maybe say grace before you eat your meal? Anybody do that? Okay. No, that's wonderful. Or bless the hands that prepared it, right? So how many people do that with your beverages as well? Anybody? Do you do that with it? Excellent. So if you are also to think about the beverages that you drink, or if you're enjoying your morning coffee or your food, saying something about, please, before I ingest this food or drink this drink, any lower level energies attached to these things, please clear them for me so I'm not ingesting them. And please bless anything or help to send love to anything that was involved in preparing for this. So it's another way to be able to take the things that you're ingesting and also showing gratitude and love and sending love to the people around you that had something to do with it, whether it be the stores, the farmers, whatever it is that you had going on. It's also another way of doing that. And also too, when it comes down to even like your water, you can put a little blessing on your water and ask your water to hydrate you and reach all the cells of your body with nourishment in the highest and greatest good. And that's another form and layer of protection for you to help that we don't even think about sometimes. Okay, next. So, your environment, your space. How many people, does anybody here struggle with just organization sometimes or clutter from time to time? Does anybody ever notice that sometimes you feel a little bit differently in your own space if it's got some clutter, or maybe if it's just doesn't feel organized? Is there anybody here that ends up changing your house around or your rooms around because it's just like it's time for a change? Yep, there's a lot, people talk about feng shui, right? But there's also an energetic component to it. So sometimes as we change, as we elevate, as we continue to work on our healing journey, our space that's containing the things that's in there needs to change as well. So when we give away things, when we're releasing that, we're releasing the energy to it. Sometimes when people struggle mentally because they will hold on to a lot of items, it's not the item, it's the energy and the thoughts and the emotions attached to the items that people want to collect and they want to keep with. And that's why for some it's extremely difficult for them to release those things. So cutting cords, being mindful of what that is, and then being aware of those energetic shifts are also ways to protect. Or intentionally setting something in your home to prepare it to protect you or to amplify your energy. So some people will use crystals. Anybody here like crystals? Okay. What's your favorite one, if you don't mind me asking, or favorite ones? You just like them in general? Yeah? Okay. And so so as a combo, which is very interesting for some people, one of the things that I started off with, selenite is a clearing. It does never need to be charged. It's just, and I have my bracelet on here for selenite, just keep me, keep that there all the time. And then on my right one, this is tourmaline. It's actually, this one's actually obsidian today. Sorry, silver obsidian. But with me, just personally, I'm not really a jewelry person, but I really like my little crystal bracelets. But smoky quartz in the house can be really nice. It's a good protectant. Tourmaline is really good around electronics or the entry of your home. Or selenite sticks. They say to put them in the four corners of your home or the entryways to clear things that are coming in. Also, packages. Things that are coming in from the outside. Things that if you were to bring them into your garage first. Does anybody here do incense in your home or do any type of Sao Paulo, anything like that? Santa Paulo? I say it wrong, but I love the way it smells. Anything like that to clear the things that are coming into your home. Anybody ever been to I think it's beautiful. It's the cemetery in Hawaii. It's a beautiful place. Did you ever do the big gong? Did you? Yep, it's amazing. It's amazing how you feel just with those types of vibrational things. So the things that are coming into your home, the items that you're bringing in, the packages, your mail, all get attached to other things. And so when you bring that into your home, for some people, and again, it's just another opportunity, all right? You don't have to do these things. It's not gonna make you any less if you don't do them, but just some extra things to protect your space and your energy before you bring in your mail. Or, just say a little intention, anything that coming in, I release any lower vibrations that are attached to the things that are coming into my home. Or if you're planning a party and people are leaving, they're bringing in their energetic stuff into your home. And so cleansing it. It doesn't mean you have to bleach everything. If that's what you do, I'm never going to judge that. So cleaning is good as well, but energetically cleaning as well. So once people leave your home, that is your space. It's got your energy in it. It's got the people that you live with, their energy into it. And sometimes too, we can't make our partners, clear their energy before they come in the home, but we can always say if it's in the greatest and highest good, we can always send that love within our home. Love is one of those ultimate things that break up the negative energy anywhere. Love. And if you live in your heart space as long as possible, that is one of those things that can't be touched. being in your heart space, living in your heart space. So what you eat, what you drink, who you're around, the things that are coming into your space, just being aware of them. And interestingly enough, just paying attention to the feeling that you get when you bring something in. I don't know if any of you do that or not. I've become more aware of it now because of the crystals that I sell and stuff. I will literally think to myself, oh, wow, this one's traveled really far. Or if I start getting really, really tired when I'm actually doing inventory, I love doing it. It's fun. I've loved that since I was a little kid, but I noticed some things are a little different. So I will actually use, I like sage, but San Paulo, thank you. I do that all the time. I always am doing it around those things, around my cell phone, around my car. On a new moon, I will literally put salt around my house. I will go around and walk my little property, and I will do that around my home as well, just to use the energy of the earth to release or to bring in things. I do that as just one of those things as well. But also, music. Anybody use music when you're meditating? Perfect. Beautiful. It's another way to enhance it. It's called layering. So one of the things to also enhance, elevate, and to protect is by also using different music and frequencies. 528 hertz is a really good one. If you were to look at binaural beats, if you were to check that out sometime, there's ones for concentration. They're amazing when we don't even realize what it's doing. The sound healing, the vibrations that it does can not only clear our energetic space, it can clear crystals as well. Sound is really good with that. And also too, it just breaks up the monotony and the frequency and touches areas that we cannot. So when we think about our cells, when we think about our DNA, even trying to do an energy healing on your own DNA and cutting cords to your DNA, which is releasing karmic type of ties, also can be very powerful. Any questions so far about anything I'm talking about? All right. So the people you're around. All right. So we're going to interact with people no matter what. It is what it is. It's just who we are. I think even in the people that like to be spending a time alone, there's still a need for people in some way, shape, or form. That's just who we are as beings. So before you go out, if you want to put on your protection, your auric suit, and you want it to be nice and snug, or if you want it to expand, play around with it, see what it might feel like to you. But also when you're going out somewhere, setting an intention as well that I would like to ensure that no lower level energy attaches to me. So saying a prayer or setting an intention. Also being aware of other people, like, for example, have you been around people and automatically they are talking to you and they're engaging with you and maybe you're just kind of done with that conversation and you're just kind of starting to get a little tired? Yeah, and that's the moment where you're just like, excuse me, I need to go. Or if it's a repetitive thing, like if you're at work or something else, my favorite is, I got 2 minutes and then I gotta go. What can I do for you? It's just one of those things to kind of like help out and trying to practice ways to not have to spend as much time if you're not needing to do that. And also too, teaching your kids, teaching your family members how to also be able to say no. No is not a bad thing. No is a boundary, setting your boundaries, being able to say no, not feeling bad about saying no. Because here's the thing, right? I know sometimes courtesies and socializing and other types of things, people have taught us that it's rude or other ways to say no to things. And we don't want to let other people down, or you feel like they've had something happening in their lives that's not good and you don't want to hurt them even more. Also setting boundaries though for yourself, not engaging in things that you don't want to. So just really being cognizant of that. Or if there's a party, but you'd like to show up, but you're not sure how you feel about it, hey, you know what, I'm just stopping by. And then if you decide that you stay longer, fantastic. If you don't. But being mindful of your energy throughout the day is another thing. So does anybody check in with yourself regularly throughout the day? Do you? Amazing, I love that. So if you've never done that before and you want to get a feel for what's draining you, if you're a barrel of water and someone's poking holes in it or something's poking holes in it and you want to find out what it is, again, we're going to talk about the root. What do? Every hour, if you want to try something, it might be annoying, but it could be also very gratifying. If you were to set your alarm for once an hour for 12 hours, do you do that, David?
Every hour.
That's awesome. Doing a check-in, find out where you are mentally. You will start to recognize patterns. I think we talked about patterns in the past as well. What's the theme of what's going on? Is it mine? Is it somebody else's? Is it karmic? Is it generational? Where did you learn that from? Where is it coming from? Why am I feeling that way? Those things are very, very important when it comes down to protecting your space and protecting your energy. I'm also going to share with you another way to kind of elevate. So let's talk a little bit about elevating your energy, elevating your frequency besides water, music, cutting cords, simply using questions throughout your day. So if you want to think about something right now that's on your mind, that is something that you have been working on that you maybe struggle with a little bit and you want to release it. So if it's abundance, abundance could be money, love, other types of things. So think about something. Now, ask yourself, if I was to use the example of, why is my back feeling so much better today? Because it was I've been experiencing, I've been doing a lot of like physical work lately with just trying to, do events and shows and things like that. And so my back has kind of been like letting me know, like there's some attention that needs to be drawn. But if I were to say to myself, why is my back feeling so great today? Or why is my bank account growing every day? And you force your brain psychologically to look for those things to help you make decisions and taking actions and doing and taking the steps to elevate your frequency, elevate your vibration, and to live in that space. Because what we find a lot of the times is people will be like, why am I always running into these people, or why am I always running into these same relationships and stuff? Instead of saying, why are these relationships so amazing and wonderful? There's a difference between telling yourself a lie versus asking your brain to find truth. So if you were to say, I am poor, your brain's like, yep, I'm going to show you every little bit of what it means to be poor. But if you say, why am I experiencing so much abundance? Your brain is forced in the subconscious level, even if your belief system doesn't agree with it, to be able to look for ways to make that something that is becoming true for you. So again, life is very much a mindset. That's why when I do the things that I do at work, I don't necessarily do energy healings, but I teach people a lot about the psychology of things, and how to be able to do different things for self-care, and how if you're in low vibration or if you're not feeling very good, it happens. There's no way to avoid having dips. There's no way to avoid low vibration situations in our life, but there's a way to not stay in them. And the way to not stay in them is by practicing some of these things and practicing things that we wouldn't normally consider doing. And you might find some creative ways of your own, or have you thought about something today based on the things that we've talked about so far that resonate with you?
My reminder every hour says, what is the story I'm telling right now?
Perfect. What is the story that yes. Are there themes? Are there patterns? When you check in with yourself regularly and you start asking yourself, or if you want to make a significant change in your life, one of the biggest things is, what patterns are showing up for me? What are some of the things? Is it an identity? Is it something that's an identity block? Is it something that I've told myself that this is who I am and I'm not able to progress in that? When you have a thought that comes into your mind, that 3 seconds happens, and then every single thought, smell, idea, and everything is stored in your brain is going to come through and try to develop a narrative. And if you want to change what that narrative is, you have to be cognizant of it first. And the only way to be cognizant of it first is to spend time throughout the day. Yes?
So, I used to hit the snooze so I could sleep longer.
Mm-hmm.
I use it now, it's 9 minutes.
Ah.
And so that's my time to realign, do all that.
It's your pause.
And
Sorry.
it works beautifully.
I love it. I love that very much.
When I get up, I'm ready.
Yep. That's perfect. That's a perfect example. Being able to use the snooze button, having something to tell you to eat, or something to tell you to remember to go and do something that you're supposed to be doing for yourself, and naming it on there, or having it once a week, having it once a day, even better. The thing is that a lot of times socially and environmentally, we tell ourselves that it's not okay to do something, or we place conditions like we talked last time with blockage. We put conditions. I can have that donut when I go and do 10 things. No, sister, brother, you can have that donut right now and enjoy it, doggone it. But overindulgence in things that don't make us feel good, find out what the pattern is, if there's a root to it of why that's happening. But enjoy yourselves, all right? Understanding your triggers. What is on my mind? What is permeating through my mind throughout the day? Looking for the patterns. Is it environmental? Is it karmic? Do you think it's a karmic block of some sort? Is it something that's not even yours? Is it environment? Is there something different in my home that wasn't before? Who am I spending my time around? What has my time? For myself personally, just for accountability reasons for my job anyway, I write down like basically like if I've interacted with these people, if I did admin work or something else, I'm writing it in my calendar. And I'm able to gauge by looking at my calendar, oh, that's what's going on. I had 3 back-to-back appointments. It's time for me to say no. I'm going to go, or I might just go and, take that 15 minutes of a call that came after work. And I mean, I'm a government worker, you call me, I'm on the clock. So, and it happens. No regrets. I love what I do, but I don't give my time away for free. So, nighttime protection and sleep, evening routine. So, do you have a routine for unpacking your day? You do? Wonderful. What do you do, David, if you don't mind me asking?
So before I go to bed, I journal every night.
Wonderful.
Before I go to bed. And that's my chance to tell the story however I want it to be true.
Yes, yes,
That's what I do.
yes.
Some people call it reframing. I just tell it in a way that aligns with what I want to be.
Yes. Changing the narrative, absolutely. Redirecting that into something different. And that's an excellent way to take things and put it in perspective. Because again, we have things that are happening around us all the time. Why not be in a space of being able to take it? This is what my experience is. This is my belief about my experience. Now this is what I want to have happen. So then again, getting it out, writing it down, seeing it, and then changing the trajectory of where you want that to go. Absolutely raise your vibration. That's how you do it. So before going to sleep as well, and journaling is one of them. So we might as well just talk about journaling for a minute as well. Has anybody here that was here originally when I first gave the homework assignment, does anybody still have your love letter to yourself or do anybody still read that or work on it or revise it? Wonderful. Oh, I love that. Has anything else come true for you or come forth for you? Or you feel anything different?
Well, one of the things I put in there, because I hear my mind saying this is going to be hard. All the time it's, oh no, this is going to be hard. And so I stop that. And when I hear that, I say, it could be easy. And now I just say,
Yes.
things flow for me.
Yes. Yes.
So I sort of did it in steps.
Amazing.
And
Oh, I
so
love it.
I'm very, very much more gentle with myself when I'm thinking about, well, here we go, I've got to do it. I say, it's going to flow.
Yes.
And then it does.
Being in your heart space and being in flow, absolutely. It's what you tell yourself about the situation. And then it's practice. It really is a skill like anything else. You can change anything that you want to your trajectory about things. You can do any of those things with simply just practicing. It's a skill like anything else. It really is. So journaling. Another thing too, before you go to sleep at night, one thing that can set you up for sleep. So I think I did talk about this once as well, about using your sleep to heal. You remember me talking about that before by any chance? Maybe, maybe not. So before you go to bed at night, taking a few moments of just, what am I grateful for today? Are you great in anything that you can think of that you're grateful for until you can't think of anything else is going to help clear your mind for when you're going to sleep, to get your body ready for anything that's coming forth. So it's even if it's like, I'm grateful that I woke up today. I'm grateful that I had a day. I'm grateful for that little earthquake that happened today that I haven't felt in so long. Did you feel the earthquake earlier, y'all? There was an earthquake about maybe an hour and a half ago.
12 p.m.
Oh, was it? Yeah. It was, I was like, oh, I haven't felt that in a little while. And so, being in a space, I'm grateful for the food I have. I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for the time that I have. Being grateful in that realm helps to be able to prepare anything else that comes through and set your tone. Just like you would for the morning, you're setting your tone for sleep. Some people will do gratitude in the morning. Some people do it at night. You can do both. Do whatever works for you. Practice any and all of these things to see what kind of resonates with you. And if it doesn't, don't do it because it's not going to help you anyway. So you don't force it. Whatever is intuitive for you. So growth and mindset. Yeah. So reframing things, reframing your minds on things. What do I want to work on next? When you go to sleep at night, being able to tell yourself, I would like to be able to get some clarity on a decision that I need to make. So if you ask the universe, I'm open to receiving any messages in my sleep while also asking for protection. So your guides are going to be super important in sleep time. So if you, as you would in the morning ask for protection while you sleep. Because if you're sleeping next to another individual, I have 2 cats. They're like my little guardians or whatever. They're staring at stuff and I'm like, what the heck is that? And I'm like, okay, please protect me. And I'll put a protection around them, you know. But before going to sleep at night, if there's a decision that you want to make and you're looking for some clarity on, if you were to say to yourself, I am open to receiving any information that's available to me in my greatest and highest good, sometimes your sleep, you will wake up and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, what's going on here? And that's why having a journal, even in the morning time for ideas or anything that happened throughout the night, can really help lend in to bringing some things in that you weren't experiencing or you weren't thinking about before. So it's very, very, very helpful to be in that space of being able to just develop that general awareness. So, and then another thing before going to sleep. So practicing gratitude, limiting your distractions, being in a space where you're asking for something, and you can ask for whatever you want, however you want it, and say it's in my greatest and highest good. And even if it's something that you did not receive in that moment, if it's meant and when it's supposed to be there for you, it will come. You just got to trust, just like when you ask for Amazon to deliver you a package, you know it's going to come, you know it's going to be there. And so you have to just trust that whatever you're asking for is going to come forth. So if you're asking for healing, if you're asking for ease, if you're asking for clarity, decision making, if you're asking for abundance, if you're asking for anything to be changed in your life, ask for it and trust that it's going to be there. And sometimes you get a wild little dream or you'll get some information that comes through and it's just kind of like, what's happening right now? And it's really kind of fun. So this is fun. Protecting your energy, raising your vibration can be a lot of fun because it also opens and creates so many opportunities for you to just change your life in a way that makes you feel empowered. It makes you feel like you can do anything. And so many people have spent their lives being told they can't, or you'll never do this. You're going to show them something different because you are going to do that. You are your own creator. You are your best healer. You're your best advocate. And you are a lot stronger than you ever know. It doesn't matter, like even as sometimes things come in as we get older and as our bodies are changing and showing us humble pieces of ourselves sometimes, or where we're looking at it, being able to still be able to look at those things as well and kind of going through, what is my body doing today? How can I send healing to it? You would be amazed at the mind-body connection and how powerful and strong it is when you want to send some energy or spend some time with that. It's really, really amazing thing. Okay, so question for you all. Would you like to do maybe a closing like meditation for grounding and protection? Do you want to just end this with maybe doing that? Yes. And then I'll be all done for the day? Yes. Does it sound good? Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I'm going to do, if you want to make yourself comfortable, and if you're okay with it, with your permission, if you close your eyes or whatnot, I'll send some love energy. Send some love healing energy as well. So if there's anything, does anybody have anything right now physically, mentally, emotionally that you'd like to share? Or if you just put that out in there as I'm doing this, if you want to tell me about it, I can kind of look at that for you and try to send some healing love around that. And also too, if we think about this in the collective, because everything that we do, if we think about it together with an intention of sharing this with everybody else in a group setting, a lot of the energy together can be very powerful. That's why people do prayer groups. That's why people do healing circles and energy circles. So if there's anything that you would like to release right now, anything that you have on your mind, we'll do a grounding and protection meditation. So please make yourself comfortable and give you a few minutes to do that. Again, what we'll do is we'll do 3 breaths. So we'll do a box of 3 in, hold, release, hold, 3. We'll just do 3 of those before we get started. And then I will do some work and I'll just send some loving energy to everybody. And if you want to send it out as well and join me, I'm going to ask all of your guides. I'm going to ask my guides to help step in. And so whatever feels natural to you, then we'll do that. It'll be about 10 minutes and then we'll be all done. All right, so everybody, you want to close your eyes, make yourself comfortable. Okay. All right, you're going to take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Pause, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Pause, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Release, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Pause, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And pause, 2, 3. Okay. Be comfortable. Set an intention for whatever you would like to get out of this meditation today. Whatever it is, it could be anything that you want. Make yourself comfortable, supported. Close your eyes. Now as you're breathing, just exhale softly, release your shoulders, your jaw. Feel your connection to the earth. Notice where your body touches your seat or the ground. We're going to be working on grounding and staying centered in the earth and staying centered with everything that we've done today. We're going to stay rooted in our newfound belief systems. We're going to tap in and take everything that we think about today and all of the new things that we're going to do to protect ourselves, raise our vibration and our energy, and we're going to ground it in. Now, imagine roots growing from your feet or the base of your spine, descending to the floor and through the layers of the earth until they reach a calm, warm current of magnetic earth energy. With each exhale, release any residual stiffness or tension from the night or day. Now, we're going to cleanse a little bit again. Visualize a column of radiant white light descending from above like a waterfall of luminous energy. As it reaches your crown, feel it gently washing down your body. Where it touches, imagine a soft, cleansing rain washing away any stagnant energy, old patterns, and fatigue. Now, expand the cleansing light to bathe your entire aura. See it push into every corner, behind your ears, under your arms, around your back, and down into your feet. Now, invite a secondary color of your choice, any color that comes to mind, to swirl with the light. For example, a cool silver blue that cools and stabilizes, followed by a soothing lavender or rose for emotional balance. Hold this cleansing steady for a few breaths, then allow the layers to settle like a calm, radiant bubble around you. Now, we're going to work on heart center activation. Now I want you to bring attention to your heart space, your heart region. Place one hand over your chest if you like. Inhale to a slow count of 4. Imagine breath fueling a warm, pink, white light all around your heart. Now I want you to exhale to the count of 6, sending the light outward as a soft, expanding field around your chest. Take another breath again within 4, and when you're ready, exhaling 6. And with that breath, widen the field so it gently surrounds your torso and then your upper body, where you feel safe, compassion, and clarity combining. If any thoughts come in, label them as soft thoughts. Let them release as they want and return to your breath with heart light. Now, we're going to work on the cord cutting and boundary setting. I want you to visualize right now any cords, ties, or threads connecting you to people, places, or events you no longer wish to carry and no longer serve you. Set each cord as a strand, and then one by one with inhale, collect the strands. Collect the strand into your chest with a long exhale and cut it away, or let them dissolve, sever them, Imagine them dissolving into sparkling particles that just drift away. Now, if you want to relax again, you can put your hand down or you can leave it there. And after cutting, imagine a golden boundary line around your entire aura. A golden light around your entire aura. It's a living boundary that can be adjusted, expanded, or contracted as needed. This boundary strengthens with every breath, with every day, and with a visual of a shield made of light that grows from your own core outward. This is your light. It's your protection. It filters any incoming energy, low vibration, and only allows in what serves you and gently releases what does not. Now, we're going to put a protection around that. So I want you to begin with a transparent field that surrounds your body from head to toe. So around that protection, you have another layer of energy. I want you to build the second layer that is all around you, and it acts as a maintenance shield. You can add a third or fourth as well if you like. You could add as many layers you like with different colors, kind of like a cocoon of shimmering energy. You can assign different colors. White or gold can be purity, integrity. Light blue or teal for calm. Violet or emerald for spiritual protection and grounding. Now move through the layers slowly. Breathe it in. Feel the layers strengthening in and around you and becoming more vibrant. Now perform a gentle rhythmic pulsing of inhale to fill. So deep inhale and then exhale as well. As you're getting more accustomed to the energy of this shield and protection around you, it becomes more resilient and more self-regulating. If you need to again, you can reinforce it again, like little particles patrolling the boundary, ready to mend any small tears instantly. Now, we're going to visualize your entire energetic field as a luminous garden, with each chakra, an energy center, as a bloom or an orb. See the garden's outer boundary as transparent. Now visualize a stream of light flowing through the garden, pruning any growth, old emotions, or lingering worries or attachments. Any area that right now is still feeling exposed, I want you to let out an exhale and let that energy out, and that space gets fixed. Now, if you want to do any patching up for it, you can do gold or indigo to seal anything in. Okay, now if you just want to sit for a few minutes and just practice just sitting and enjoying the space, I'm going to send some rainbow healing your way and some energy your way for anything that you're ready to release, anything that you would like to have healed, and anything that you would like to draw attention to at this time. So we're just going to take maybe a couple minutes of just silence, and just going to start helping to be able to move some of those things from you today. If you hear my voice, maybe walking around a little bit just to do some work. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do is just we're going to ground ourselves one more time with a few steady breaths, reconnecting with the earth in your body. Offer thanks for the protection, the clarity, and the ability to navigate the energy with intention. In the future, if you'd like, you can offer your support and acknowledgement of the presence for your archangels and guides for guidance and safety. And when you're ready, if you want to maybe breathe a little bit, wiggle your fingers and toes, orient yourself to the room again. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And we are now complete. How are y'all doing?
Wonderful.
You doing good?
Very wonderful.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.